Hello, my name is Tommy. I am a mask and puppet maker, and today I'm going to show you how to make your very own mask base. I will be demonstrating how to make one of these using a balloon and without a balloon. Enjoy the video! Alright, so welcome to the workshop. So this is the puppet lab here. I got my birds in here today, so you'll hear some chirping. So anyway, I've been getting a lot of comments from people on how to make a head base. I want to show you how to make an easier one. And many commenters were saying to use a base with using a balloon. So I'm going to show you how you can make a mask or a head base using a balloon. Now, if you're like me and you're afraid of balloons popping in your face, wearing safety glasses isn't a bad idea. So I'm going to do that because I don't like it when they blow up in my face. They might even scare my birds, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so put these on. And then what you will need to do is you'll need to take a balloon. I'm going to take a better one. One that you can actually see. There, you can see this. So we're going to use a green balloon. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to blow it up. Alright, that's not too bad. This is a decent sized balloon, so you'll need to tie it off. Get an adult to help you if you can't tie off a balloon. So the next thing that you need to do is you will need to cover this up with newspaper. So that was our balloon. And my birds are staring at this thing because they've never seen a balloon before. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap it loosely with newspaper. Okay, so the next thing that you will need to do is you will need to grab a container. You'll need some glue. Get some white glue and pour it into this container. Okay, so that's 1 part white glue there. Now I'm going to fill this up with water and I'm going to pour this in. Now it will be 1 part water. 1 part white glue, 1 part water. That's all there is. Take a brush. I'm going to use a big brush. And you'll want to brush on the surface area first so that the tissue paper will stick on. You put on your tissue paper. In this case, I'm using toilet paper. Now you brush it on again. Take another strip of toilet paper or a tissue paper, whatever you're using. And then you'll want to cover it up again. You want to give it at least 3 layers. Cover all of this balloon until it is completely covered, and you'll want it to dry. Alright, so let's do that. So at this stage, your head should look like an egg. So we're going to need to round this off if you want to wear it as a mask or use it as a head. So the next thing that you need to do to your head is you're going to need to round it off so it doesn't look so much like an egg. Of course, if you want to make an egg, then you're already done. But now the next step, I'm going to wear safety glasses just to be safe. Just remember that knives and scissors are extremely sharp. Get an adult to help you with this if you're very young or you don't know how to use scissors. Alright, so now we're going to be popping the balloon on the inside. So if you listen carefully, you should hear a balloon pop. Okay, ready for it? Get ready? There! It just went boom! Notice that it still keeps its shape. It's very hard actually. So now we're going to be trimming this base here. And there's your head base. So I'm going to try this on right now. Here's your head base, just like that. So I'm going to try this on. Fits perfectly. So there you go. You have your head base. That's just like that. If you want to make a bottom articulated jaw, then you will need to make the bottom jaw, which won't be too hard, and I will demonstrate that in my tutorials. Alright, so this is one way you can make a head base. The other way does not involve a balloon, and if you're like me and you're afraid of balloons popping in your face, you can actually make one of these without a balloon. So that video is coming up right now. So to make a base head without a balloon, you will need to crumble newspaper, not too tight. You want lots of air space so you're not using so much newspaper. Just like that. Now crumble another sheet over that. Repeat the same process over and over again until you have a large newspaper ball. Now that you have a large newspaper ball, we are going to be stacking them together. So stack one ball over the other and tape it together. If it is not big enough to fit your head, then make another newspaper ball and stack it on top. You want it to be a little bigger than your head so you have plenty of headroom. Headroom is very important. Once your base is big enough, then we are ready to cover it in tissue and glue. Mix 1 part white glue and 1 part water. Mix it well. Brush the glue onto the surface area. Now cover it in tissue paper. I use toilet paper because it is cheap and effective. And now brush glue on top of the tissue paper. You want to do this to the entire newspaper base until it is completely covered. I recommend putting on 2 or 3 layers of tissue paper, then set it aside, let it dry, and you have your head base. Once your base is completely dry, you are ready to start adding details to your base. And there you have it, your very own head base. You are now ready to make your mask. Enjoy, and remember, craft safely, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. I hope you enjoyed the show. Now go make yourself a puppet friend.